would go here or there. You could go with me. I would go with you if you wanted me to. If you wanted me to, I would go with you. We could be together. I would like that, you would like that, you were like that when we were like that. We like what we like when we were like that. I don't know why it's like that. Is it always gonna be like that? I don't know. Makes me feel so good. Makes me feel so good. Just like you taught me to. You would think it wouldn't have to be your way, but it could be your way. I could feel it if you feel it with me. I would see you if you were here. But sometimes I fool myself. I think you are here. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's amazing. This could take a long time, I would have warned. This could take a long time, I would have warned you in advance. It's a long way from home. We're over here, everybody. Yeah, so tonight, if you're ready, I know I'm not. No, I totally am not. You wouldn't even believe. Oh shit! It's like I can't feel my butt. I don't have a butt to feel. Oh my God! It's buttless. Buttless. It's a man without a butt. So, like what I was saying. Oh, shut up. Wow. It's chaotic in here tonight. I apologize for that, Snare Bottoms. Oh Jesus, fuck me. It's really out of control. So tonight we barely made it again. We've been trying to do the show for years and years. I know to you it only seems like a couple of weeks or something, but to me it's been a very long time. Oh my God! I keep trying to do this show. You have no idea.
Finally, I got my own computer. I was so psyched to explore a whole new world. I just don't feel normal. My friends are nice, but they just don't get me.
I feel like such a weirdo!
Where do you go to be understood? I found this online show. I can call in. I can express myself. Be on TV. Weirdos TV. Weirdos.com. Sometimes a stranger can be your best friend.
Well, I hope you appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. I gonna tell you a story. It's a story about a dog. The dog was very shaggy. A shaggy dog. Have you heard this one? What about the shaggy dog? It's about a dog. I like dogs. Do you like dogs? Are you a cat person, or you like dogs? Apparently, there's some sort of separation there, and not everybody likes cats. Now, I don't have a preference now that I have no body, because my problem with cats in the past was always that I was allergic. They used to make me sneeze. Where am I? Oh, here I am sneezing. Achoo! That was a hell of a sneeze. Blew up the whole place. So anyway, I'm going to tell you this story about a very shaggy dog. And I wanted to actually make this episode dedicated to the shaggy dog. So I have named the episode The Shaggy Dog, as you may have guessed already. So we could even do a musical number about the shaggy dog. I don't know. Oh my God! We could. It's fine. We're gonna do the shaggy dog story. Eventually, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush things. We can't rush. We can't rush things! Oh my God, it's so amazing. I think we're trying to rush things. Is what I think. I don't know. Does it feel rushed to you? Anyway, the story that I'm going to tell you here about the dog and its shagginess it's a historic, it's kind of an ongoing, everybody knows the story, or some people do. Most of us heard it at some point. If you haven't heard it, you're going to hear it tonight, and then you'll have heard it. So that's appropriate. Most people have heard it, but you may not. And if that's the case, that's okay. I don't want you to feel, ashamed or that you shouldn't say you haven't seen it. It's fine. You may not have seen or heard look, now if you've heard the story, you've heard the story about the shaggy dog, then you know that this is a story, first of all. You know that part. And you know that the story is not short. Oh my God, it's almost over. It's a hell of a story. The story is never over, really. Not until I say it is, anyway. But I want you to hear the story in all its glory. The story of the shaggy dog. So as I was saying, I don't think I like the drum beat. The story is famous, it's legendary, not short. And that's okay, The story of the shaggy dog should never be told in haste, is what I always say. I mean, I don't always say that. In fact, the truth is, if I'm going to tell you the truth, and I really do, I'm committed to telling you the truth. So since I'm going to tell you the truth, I have to tell you that it's not true. I don't say that. I've never said that before. That particular saying was coined tonight, and I don't even remember what it was. So the Shaggy Dog Story is a great and wonderful story that should be told with reverence and, without without haste. That's my point, right? That was the thing that I said, but I didn't say. So I've never said it before, but the Shaggy Dog Story really should be told in a leisurely fashion. No one should be rushed. Are you trying to rush me right now? Are you like watching the show thinking, oh my God, this story is really going on a long time here? You may be thinking that, and you would be wrong. I'm willing to tell you that right to your face. My face to your face, I'd say, you're wrong. The Shaggy Dog Story. Yeah, bring the band on down behind me, boys. The Shaggy Dog Story needs to be told leisurely and with full knowledge and full acumen and full... It's a proper kind of idiom. You know, an idiom. I don't know. You know what an idiom is? Do you know what I mean by an idiom? I don't mean an idiot. Oh, it's so cool. It's just like that. Oh, now I understand everything. Sorry, I got distracted. I was thinking about the Shaggy Dog and how shaggy it really is. And then the band started playing too loud and it got on my nerves. Thank you. So I brought the band on down behind me, boys. And the Shaggy Dog. It's such a great story, you know. I find it moving, personally. Most people think it's a joke. They do. I have heard people describe the Shaggy Dog Story as a joke. And that's a little bit offensive to me, I have to tell you. And I don't have to tell you. I mean, I want to tell you. It's the same as when I was saying that I always say that the Shaggy Dog Story shouldn't be told in haste. And I was lying. And I wasn't really lying. I was mistaken. I misspoke. I just wasn't thinking about it when I spoke. So the Shaggy Dog Story should not be told in haste, but I've never said that before tonight, but now I've said it several times tonight. And what I'm saying here now is that this story is meaningful to me and not a joke in my mind. If you need to refer to it as a Shaggy Dog joke, I understand. I don't find it that offensive. But just try to keep in mind that it's meaningful to me. So the whole thing is not a joke. I'm really serious about telling the Shaggy Dog Story. But the story itself is somewhat humorous. In fact, many people find it extremely humorous. I mean, I myself have been known to laugh at the story, but I've also been known to cry. I mean, and I'm not the only one. I mean, the truth is, and I do love to tell you the truth, I'm sure you've become aware of that by this point, that the Shaggy Dog Story is so meaningful to the world and to our culture that it makes some people cry just every time I tell it. People who have never heard it before cry. They just cry out. Cry out. What is the story about? And of course, I've already told you what the story is about. The story is about a shaggy dog. So this boy, not me, this is not a true story, this is made up. It's famous. So this boy, do I have to give him a name? Do you care? No, you don't care. It's a generic boy, right? This is sort of a symbolic story in that way. It's not really... It's not one of those stories where it's it's not like a novel or something. So this boy had a dog, very shaggy dog. Now, some say it was shaggy. Some. There was some argument about that, from what I understand. I don't want to get into it. It's embarrassing. So the dog is Shaggy. Imagine the Shaggy dog in your mind, but don't commit your mind to that image, because later on it may be challenged by some of the events that take place in the Shaggy Dog Story. So the boy with the Shaggy dog, he apparently, and this is what I heard. It's not like I have proof, or like I said, it's not a true story, so it's not really that important. But I can't prove it. So the boy sees in the newspaper one day, and what he was doing reading the newspaper, I'll never know. I mean, boys don't really read the newspaper, do they? But anyway, this particular boy, apparently, in this particular parable, was somehow in the mood to read the newspaper. So he did. And he probably just looked at the pictures mainly, or the comics, right? He was probably reading the horoscope and the comics in the back of the paper. And the ads, right? The local ads. So he's looking at the local, the kind of the ads that they have locally for events. It's just classifieds, right? They would call them classifieds, but it's not classifieds in the sense of like. It's not classifieds in like the sense of missed connections. I saw you the other day in the park. We exchanged a glance. Couldn't we get together someday? You and me. Not that kind of thing. Not single white bear-shaped ponchulous crabmonger seeks feminine ongoing relationship with missing benefits friend who might not be able to make it next Thursday. Not that kind of classified. That's not what I'm talking about. But in that section where anyone can take out an ad, they don't really have this so much anymore. I mean, Craigslist, I guess it's Craigslist is the kind of thing that you think of it. But this is an old-timey story, right? It's supposed to take place maybe in a, small town or something, anyway. So it did. And in that small town, the little boy is reading a newspaper, and imagine, if you will, that the newspaper is yellowed a bit. It's not today's newspaper. It's not a year old or anything. It's just yellowed because it's been sitting out in the weather. It's a farm. He's out on a farm with his dog. Remember, he's got a dog. Do you remember about this? The name of the story is the Shaggy Dog Story, or joke if you prefer, but please, it's not a joke to me, and it should not be told in haste. Did I mention that? Good. So the Shaggy dog lived on the farm with the boy, and the boy is reading the newspaper, and in the newspaper he sees an ad, and the ad is for an event. It's for an event in town. It's a Shaggy Dog contest in the town, in his local town. It's a small town. I'm not going to tell you the name of the town. I don't know. It's not that important. Just imagine a small rural town. It doesn't have to be American. It could be in Europe or even in Scandinavia, maybe in some sort of Eastern European place. It could be in the Middle East. I don't know. It's a farm, just any old farm. And there's a boy, and he's got a Shaggy dog. And the local boy is going to locally show off his Shaggy local dog in a local contest of local Shaggy dogs. You get the point. So he does. He brings the dog down to the show, and it goes really well. He wins. He wins the contest easily. In fact, there's no other dog. There's no other dog. He's the only one who shows up. It's a small town. I told you this. Were you not listening when I told you this generically? A small town in a small place somewhere in the world, and this is a boy. So there's not even that many boys, let alone dogs, let alone Shaggy dogs. So he's the only one. He shows up. He takes the prize. He thinks it's a big deal. His parents don't want to tell him it's not a big deal, kid, because you were the only one there. So, okay, the kid is trying not to be, disillusioned. So he still, he wants to take his win somewhere, so he does. He looks up in the library, because there's no internet in this story. This is like a parable, so you have to imagine, there's no internet. It's not. There's only payphones. There's no like cell phones. It's like in the historical past world. Like I said. So the kid, this kid, man. I mean, you can imagine a kid living on a farm. He's got dreams, He dreams of being like the famous Shaggy Dog guy. It's in his dreams. He's just thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool if I myself could be the kind of a kid who had a kind of a dog that I could kind of show off? And that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about being the most famous Shaggy Dog guy kid. I mean, he's imagining that he's going to grow up, which I imagine he will too. I hope he will. You want the kid. Hey, I didn't even realize I left myself in the dark. You guys can't see me that good. Hold on, let me turn on the lights. Can you believe I was in that darkness that whole time and you couldn't see me that good? Anyway, never mind. I was talking about the Shaggy Dog. So the dog is Shaggy, and the kid has won the local contest at this point in our story. Right? This is where we are in the story. The kid's won the contest. It's a big deal for him. And he goes to the library, and the librarian helps him look up, newspapers from other counties in the local area. And he finds out... Shut up! He finds out that there's a contest not too far away, about an hour drive or something. It's a place he's never been, but he's heard of. I don't want to tell you the name because, again, it's generic. It's generic. I'm just making this shit up. So, but anyway, there's this place, and the kid needs to go there in order to, enter the contest, right? He wants to enter the contest. He's got a taste for it now. He thinks that winning a contest is like where it's at. So he is determined. He is totally determined. You know how a kid can be. He really wants it. Where's my ear? My ear. It's all about my ear. I can hear. I don't like this. No, I'm looking for something a little more personal. So anyway, we were talking about the Shaggy Dog kid, right? So the kid goes to the other county, and he takes the dog with him. And the dog's a good traveler. The dog is shaggy, and so the heat is not great for the dog. But dogs sweat. They sweat through their tongues.